Well, we really messed up. We ran out of battery and we weren't prepared for it. And I didn't think that there was much of a chance that that was going to happen. So Sandy kept reading while I went in to get the cord and I was going to get us plugged in. The thing is, Sandy did such a good job after we rearranged furniture just recently, getting the cords out of the way, that it was this major job to get the cord unplugged. So here we are, and Sandy's going to backtrack a little bit, and I'm so sorry. And hopefully you'll be able to catch up to where he was at. So do you know about where you were?
Right about right here.
Okay, so you need to go a little above that.
Okay.
Okay.
Sorry for the interruption. It's not my job to protect her. Little Sue is a good sponsor. Deb is doing her best to work the program. I wish she had an ounce of family support. They act like her sobriety is a conspiracy theory, aiming at the obliteration of the McFarland family crest. You'd think I'd learn to listen when Deb warns me about her family. Sounds like an exaggeration, but proves 100% accurate every time. We just got back home after a 3-day family shenanigan fest, Nana's funeral. I would have rather stayed home and stuck sticks in my eyes while sitting in a boiling pot. Then again, no justification seemed worthy of abandoning Deb. Besides, I love Nana too, my only ally in the clan. The chosen reverend may as well have been a cardboard cutout. Twice I grabbed Deb's arm, stopping her from stomping out. We knew the reverend had little to go on since he had never met Nana, so having little to say was understandable. But when he made stuff up, portraying her as a stereotypical old lady, not right. Nana deserved better. It was the deadest funeral I'd ever attended. No pun intended. Afterward, the family gathers at Macandima's. Deb pulls me into the bathroom where the state's arsenal of towels is stored.
They're going to the Red Lotus to pick up Chinese.
Okay, I answer, waiting for the list of McFarland instructions I've learned will follow.
Whatever you do, don't order for yourself. You want whatever they order, and please act happy about it. Do not order anything different, understand?
I don't like Chinese.
No, you can't do that. Please just say yes to everything they want and look happy about it. Trust me, you don't want to pay the consequences. Please.
Okay.
And you need to go with to pick up the food.
What? Why?
Trust me, you have to be there to pay. Please make sure you hand Dad plenty to cover for all of us. He'll insist you can't pay, but don't listen. Find a way. This is one of those things, okay? Do you understand?
Not really.
Please.
Okay. Anything else?
Be polite. Stay alert. Be quick and aggressive with your money. Whatever you do, don't complain about Chinese food or do something stupid like order a burger. You love Chinese.
But I hate Chinese.
Sandy.
I'll do whatever she wants. She doesn't need more stress on the day of Nana's funeral. In spite of Macandima, who do not want me along, I fall in behind them, cash in hand, as they race out the door, hoping they didn't mean to shut the door in my face. I jog to catch up, diving into the back seat of the car just as Mac steps on the gas. During the 15-minute drive to the restaurant, I wonder if they know their plan to ditch me failed. They're whispering and smirking. Feeling like Casper the Ghost, I'm tempted to smack the back of their heads to see if it freaks them out. At the parking lot of the Red Lotus, doors fly open like there's a car bomb detected. I sprint behind them into the restaurant, cash in hand. Inside, Mac knows the name of all the waitresses. Wong, the owner, greets him like family. I'm ready, arm extended, cash in hand, the phrase, "I love Chinese," on my lips. Mac clears his throat, accepts my cash offer, then points to the lounge. "We'll be right back." I stand there looking like a scolded child, feeling as if I'd somehow failed Deb. Do they think the bartender will refuse them service for hanging out with a recovering alcoholic? Not to brag, but I've logged more time in a bar than both of them, or at least as much. And in my defense, Deb didn't give instruction for this situation. I sat in a chair with a gold dragon curling off the back. I can see the back of Mac's head and Danny's profile at a table with two generic women. I say generic because at any given time there are clones of these women sitting in bars around the world. They're sad, lonely women who seek out men to flatter in exchange for a cocktail and validation that they're not invisible, that they somehow still matter. Mac's voice carries better than most intercom speakers. In his world of truck stop cafes, roadside taverns, and smoky lounges known for pouring stiff drinks, he's a welcome celebrity. In a crowd, he's a fun guy. But don't poke his anger behind closed doors. I mostly know Deb's version of Mac. I'm considered the grim reaper at the McFarland parties, but they have to put up with me on occasions like funerals. Sitting in the lobby like the children and a designated grandmotherly caretaker, I imagine this is how many children feel hanging out on the outside of an adult fun circle. We make alcohol the alluring forbidden fruit. It's no wonder our children chase after it as soon as they can. I'm considering walking out, finding a payphone to call Deb to come get me, when the cashier interrupts my thoughts. "Your order is coming right up, sir." I walk into the lounge under a Chinese dragon and two swords. My near 6-foot frame shrinks 3 feet in facade as I approach the men, commanding them to leave in a pubescent voice. Seemingly ignoring me, they gulp the last of their drinks, each tossing cash on the table as if privy to a limitless supply. I return to the lobby while they boast goodbyes to the bar babes. Back at the house, Deb grabbed my arm, dragging me down the hall again.
You paid, right?
"Yeah, but..."
What? You didn't let Dad give you the money back, did you?
"No."
Then what? What's wrong?
"Nothing. She doesn't need to know. It would just jam a wedge between us and them. Well, a bigger wedge than already exists. After all, this was her life before sobriety. She would have ditched me for the bar, too. Now she struggles to feel a part of the family without participating in the family sport. Not an easy task. I hate every second of this fiasco. On the upside, I'm closer to Haley and Jay as we hang together outside the drinker's circle. We watch, amused as the others get louder, repetitive, and less witty. To give the impression that the McFarlands are not a loving family would be wrong. Somehow they manage to love and abuse simultaneously, everything ending with hugs and kisses. If intentions count, they are model parents. When I return from a quick trip to the bathroom, Haley looks smugly guilty. Jay, the typical little brother that he is, has that "I'm innocent, she did it" face on. I see they both have a Budweiser can concealed under their chairs. Mac grins, winking at them from across the room. Deb's busy working the room, wanting acceptance. She loves her family deeply, and they love her. But there are rules, family expectation, bonds. But as not thicker, but as thick as blood. unspoken, loudly stated laws or coat of arms. McFarland's work, drink, and love with a vengeance. Take one of the three things out of the equation, and your loyalty is maimed. Seated at the table, eating nasty Chinese food, Haley looks at me dryly, points to the plastic tarp placed under the designated chairs for her and Jay, and asks, "At what age will Grandma Dima trust me to eat at the table without plastic under my chair? Maybe 21 for you, but your brother may be tarped for life." Deb looks our way, curious and relieved at the sound of our laughter. Danny motions for her to follow him outside. Things have been tense between them since she quit drinking. It's good for them to take some time alone together. She told me on the way here she hopes that when he sees the improvement in her life, he will consider going to an AA meeting. I kept quiet. Less than 5 minutes later, she returns, face scrunched, like when she's in pain or worried.
He doesn't believe I'm sober. He pulled a beer out of his pocket. When I wouldn't drink it, he lit a cigarette and handed it to me. Said he knew I still drank and smoked. He stuck his finger in my face, called me a phony liar.
I'm sorry.
He's drunk. I don't think he even knows what he's saying. Losing Nana, it's too hard for all of us. She was the good in all things, and not just for us kids. Look at Mom. Without Nana, who will be different? We all loved her, even though maybe even because she stood aside. She never left us, loved us through it all. Now she's gone. Mom is a mess. Taking her out of this family is like turning the lights off.
It'll be okay, sweetie.
You don't understand. It won't be okay.
The funeral was excruciating. What followed the next day was worse. You know that scene in the old black and white movie with a horse-drawn hearse followed by wailing old ladies in black? Well, we're playing that scene in living color, a 4-hour scene from Auburn to Brewster, replacing the cool old hearse with 3 carloads of bickering family members. Nana left in the hearse today.
Yesterday.
I wish I could have ridden with her. Thank you for bearing with us through the interruption.
Yeah,
and,
we're sorry.
Remember, our book's available at Amazon, Barnes & Noble, Target, local bookstore, and we'll be here every Sunday night at 7.
Okay. So if you want to be eligible for the drawing, please share this video at any time. That's fine. And we'll see you next week at 7 o'clock. Once again, we're really sorry for the mess up. Good night, everybody.
Good night.